first it was just like this little thing, and then I look over and it's huge.
Fire crews battled the flames from the air and from the ground. That fire came dangerously close to homes, burning through 600 acres of brush before calming down.
It's a mixture of terror and dread, I'd say, and certainly appreciation for the people that are working on this.
It was astounding, the way the breeze took it so quick. And it was a wall of flame and ash in my face. My garden hose was worthless, but I did what I could. And then the fire department told me I had to leave.
Southwest Oregon has a long history of fire on its landscape. Over the past several decades, communities throughout Jackson and Josephine County have suffered devastating losses to natural resources, property, and community infrastructure. Following several catastrophic wildfires, including the 2002 Biscuit Fire, Jackson and Josephine counties were among the first counties in Oregon to develop collaborative wildfire protection plans, engage public and private sector organizations, as well as local citizens in their planning efforts.
Southwest Oregon has some of the highest fire risk in the state, and yet, through ongoing financial support and long-term commitment for collaboration, local, state, and federal agencies and community organizations can assist communities at risk in this region to reduce fuels, strengthen emergency management, fire response capabilities, and engage in outreach and education.
Over the course of the past 5 years, the two adjacent counties have begun to work more closely together in a number of areas, including wildfire risk assessment, outreach and education, and in coordinating emergency management needs for vulnerable populations. The counties recognize that strong collaboration will leverage limited resources and more effectively reduce wildfire risk in our region.
On Monday, September 21st, 2009, a wildfire ignited on the hillside near 3500 Siskiyou Boulevard, just above Interstate 5. The fire caused evacuations of approximately 150 homes and ultimately consumed one structure and several outbuildings and threatened the Ashland watershed. Exactly 80 acres within the 188 acres fire perimeter had been thinned under National Fire Plan fire grants. To varying degrees, these fuels treatments altered the fire's behavior and intensity and provided opportunities for suppression via air or ground. The analysis of fuels treatment effectiveness during and after the 2009 Siskiyou fire found that in the fire area, fuels reduction altered the fire behavior and post-fire ecological effects and aided in the protection of structures and in containing the fire east of Tolman Creek Road.
It was like the freight train, it was just coming at us solid. The good news was that we had done the clearance a couple of months before, so when it actually hit us, it kind of died slightly as it hit where we had cleared. And then it started to go around the house. Otherwise, my wife and I were trapped in the back. The good news is all we had to do was kind of wait for it to go around us, and then we could escape out the front gate.
In August 2009, a fire started near Lone Mountain Road and spread rapidly in dense, dry fuels towards the community of O'Brien. With flame lengths exceeding 100 feet, the fire began to threaten homes and other structures. While no homes were lost, 5 buildings were destroyed. 2 homes in particular survived because of fuels reduction around the house that created a defensible space and access escape routes, providing safe passage for fire trucks. Along one driveway, work had just been completed, resulting in a dramatic reduction of dense brush and small trees, which allowed an Illinois Valley Fire Department truck access. The fire department was able to assist the property owner in saving his house and evacuating livestock and pets. The properties in the line of fire had benefited from hazardous fuel reduction work through support from a National Fire Plan grant.
And I realized that I could get help with the clearance and support from the local fire people to clear. I mean, I didn't take any convincing because it works. It certainly, it saved my house.
Reducing the high cost of fuels reduction projects with commercial forest products is needed to make a meaningful difference. Well, this has been challenging in Southwest Oregon. Collaborative stewardship projects are beginning to result in cost-effective landscape treatments. The Hope Mountain Stewardship Project is the first stewardship project in Josephine County under a 2008 Master Stewardship Agreement between the Siskiyou Project, the Lomacotsi Restoration Project, and Rogue Siskiyou National Forest. This agreement was fostered in part by the collaboration developed through the Josephine County Integrated Fire Plan Stewardship Contracting Group. Forest restoration activities within the Hope Mountain Stewardship Project are aimed at reducing fuel hazards and enhancing structural and species diversity on approximately 1,500 acres of even-age tree plantations within late successional reserves. A Northwest Forest Plan land designation to promote and maintain old-growth characteristics and wildlife habitat for threatened and endangered species. In 2009, Lomacatsi restoration crews and subcontractors implemented over 750 acres of ecological treatments, trained 32 new workers, hired a 130-person workforce, and brought $1.1 million to the communities of Southwest Oregon through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. A key lesson learned from this project was the importance of engaging the community in identifying goals for the project and understanding its implementation.
This was all very heavily brushed, and we've cleaned all that out, and firemen have said that that's what saved the house.
The Corpus say it's a relief knowing their yard work, mixed with the help of firefighters, saved their house.
A key component of the fire plans is to educate landowners on measures that homeowners and communities can take to reduce the ignitability of their structures. Jackson County Title III grants funded development of a local fire prevention team, a wildfire home assessment training course, and the Master Land Steward program. The home assessment training program was developed in conjunction with the Rogue Valley Fire Chiefs Association to train other structural fire personnel developing home assessment programs in their departments. Medford Fire Department sent several staff to the training to prepare for neighborhood meetings following the Deer Ridge fire. The Master Land Steward program was also introduced in 2009 to address wildfire issues among private property owners. Developed as a pilot for the state, the first session was conducted with 30 students from Jackson and Josephine counties. This program empowers landowners to help teach others. Some graduates are now paying back by their helping develop neighborhood fuel reduction projects.
The fire plans are also taking measures to strengthen emergency response. The two-county Vulnerable Populations Committee focuses on preparedness and response for people who would need extra assistance in an emergency. They provide education, planning, and preparedness tools for vulnerable populations, including elderly and disabled citizens, and for the people and organizations that serve them. The two counties are collaborating on an animal evacuation and sheltering plan. Partners include Jackson and Josephine County Animal Control, American Red Cross, Southern Oregon Veterinary Association, Southern Oregon Humane Society, and other local groups. The Josephine County Emergency Management Board has been working to strengthen incident command resources through the development of an all-hazard incident management team.
Given limited funds to treat forest fuels, it's critical to identify the highest priority areas and strategies. In 2009, Jackson and Josephine County wildfire partners collaborated on an update of the joint risk assessment using the two-county fuel mapping project data completed in 2008. Local community fire planning efforts, such as the Seven Basins Fire Plan and the Applegate Fire Learning Network, are using this assessment to help identify strategic fuels opportunities.
The Southern Oregon Small Diameter Collaborative brings together diverse regional interests with a shared goal to remove small diameter trees from dense federal forests. In 2009, the collaborative produced a landscape assessment to better identify a priority treatment landscape. The assessment, based on principles and guidelines developed through a collaborative process involving a wide range of community and agency partners, is committed to forest planning and implementation that promotes forest health, reduces the risk of fire, enhances wildlife habitat, and strengthens the contribution of forest workers and regional manufacturing to community well-being.
Fire plan partners in Jackson and Josephine County have achieved a level of collaboration between local, county, state, and federal agencies and community organizations that is rare in many public processes. Organizations and individuals are encouraged to participate in the fire plan efforts.